Hi, this is GP here. I hope I'm audible and the video is clear. Let me just check on the YouTube also so that there's complete clarity. Okay. Okay. So today we are here for our next session. Okay. On what do we say? The DILR Jugaad videos and the DILR Jugaad sessions. The idea obviously is to ensure that you're able to pick the right, able to solve the sets the right way. Okay, and for this this is session number 20. We have picked up almost 20 sets, 19 sets. It means till the last session. And today we are looking at the next set where we'll again see from a CAT paper as to how you should have attempted the set in order to save time and get the answers faster. Okay, so great. Let's get started. But before we go on to the set, just a quick reminder that the test series, if you are interested in the test series, you can scan this QR code, and yes, there's a new offer available which you can subscribe for. You can subscribe for this particular offer. Okay. And the 1000 series also, if you're interested in any of these, this is what you could look at. Okay, the DLR 1000, VRC 1000, QA 1000, these programs are available. They will provide you with your last minute preparation. In the last 2 months, if you are looking at covering up for all your stuff, then between the test series and the 1000 series, you can do your complete preparation all over again. It's a full revision, if nothing else. Okay. Okay. So the scan for the QR code for that is also available here. Okay. Now, very quickly, something that I have talked about multiple times. I'm not going to spend too much time out here. But just to remind you that CAT 24 pattern is what we expect to happen in CAT 25 also. There's a CAT 24 pattern which had 22 questions of DILR to be attempted in 40 minutes, and these 22 questions meant something like 5 sets of data. 5 sets of data were there for these 22 questions. Okay. Okay. Now, before we get down to the set, one last item, just a reminder that when you look at the old CAT papers, 50% marks are very good marks in DILR. Because these 50% marks would mean you would have something like anything from 97.5 percentile to something like 99.5 percentile, depending on the level of difficulty of the paper. If it's an easy paper, then 50% marks will get you to something like a 97 percentile. But if paper mushkil hai, so 50% marks will even go to beyond 99.5 percentile. So if you look at the last 5 years papers of CAT, the number of questions or the number of marks are given here. So let's put the 50% marks. What are the 50% marks? Okay, it is 33, 30, in 23, 30, 30, and in CAT 2020 it will be 36. So where would you land if you had these marks in each of these papers? What percentile would you get? So in CAT 24, score of 36 would have got you maybe 99.1 odd percentile. And when you look at CAT 2021, these 30 marks would have meant something like a 97.5 percentile. So the paper of 21 was easier as compared to 2020, and which is why the percentile fell at 50%. But the same 50% marks in CAT 22, which was a much more difficult paper, would have got you above 90 percentile. Okay? Would have got you something like a 99 point, again, 1 or 99.2. And the same 30 marks in 23, CAT 23 would have got you something like almost 99.5 percentile. Okay. In fact, I remember at 27 it was 99.44 percentile in CAT 23. And in CAT 24, which has a slightly easier paper, the same 50% marks or 33 would have got you a 97.5 percentile. So this is what you need to remember. If you are able to get even 50% marks in the section, you will be able to get anything in this particular range by and large. Okay? Which also means that एक set extra ho jaye. If you can save time in the sets you have, maybe 4-5 minutes, then you can easily end up doing one extra set of data, which will give you that extra push to move from 97 to 99 or 90 to 95 or 95 to 98. Okay? So that kind of push is required, and इसका purpose हमारे जुगाड़ का यही है. So what is Jugaad? It is a problem-solving approach. Just a quick recap. Okay, it's a problem-solving approach. and we focus on using all available information. The word all is extremely important. I'm sure बहुत लोग बोलेंगे यार हम सब information use करते हैं. नहीं, you don't use all information, and which is why many of you struggle. Okay, and I'll show you what is the information you're missing in the set today also. And what does Jugaad focus on? Solving the questions. See, please remember, your job is not to fill up the table. Many times we are worried about table bhana, layout complete karo. No, that is not my job. That I have to fill to solve the question. So my table filling, the layout, the documentation of the data, all has to be geared towards solving the question. And which is why you need to look at the question before you start solving the set. Okay? Chalo, let's look at the what is the basic approach we say we apply for this kind of for DILR. First thing is decipher. So whatever data is given, that you have to first decipher, understand, or comprehend. So first step, whether it is English or DILR, it is comprehension. This is comprehension. Have you understood the data or not? अगर data ही नहीं समझ आया तो फिर कोई फायदा नहीं. So what is decipher? It means understand or comprehend the data. If you have not understood what are the rules of the game, or what are you supposed to do, or what is the information being given, then your best, the right approach will be to leave that data and move on to something else. So comprehension, understanding is the first step as far as this particular section is concerned, like the other sections too. So comprehension is what we need to do, and most people do it. ये चीज कहते हैं, कितना अच्छा कहते हैं, how well you comprehend is a separate issue, but most of you spend time out here. What most students don't do is this: they don't identify. What do they don't? What are you supposed to identify? Looking at the questions, you should be able to identify which questions that should be attempted first. Okay? You should be able to identify which are the easy questions, which are the difficult questions, which are the questions which will give me extra information, which question will give me extra information, which will help me fill up the table. So all this kind of data you have to pick up from the question. This is what we mean by saying identify. Please identify the question you should be attempting. Please identify the question you should not be attempting, which means the easy and difficult one, or you should be attempting only if you have time. Please identify which are the questions which will help you complete the table, which are the questions which the choices will be helpful for you in terms of solving the data set. So, ये information most of the students leave. Most of the students don't bother about this. वो सीधा ये पढ़ते हैं और टेबल बनाने बैठ जाते हैं. Please remember, if you have not gone through the questions and the choices, you have not understood the data completely. Okay. Third aspect is called layout, which is nothing but tabulation of the data. The data which is given, you need to convert it into some kind of a table or of some format which helps you fill up the table. That's what you need to do. And what is resolve? Resolve is again answering the questions. So your job is to solve the but please remember, ये तीन चीजें जो हैं, these three things, okay, they go hand in hand. So once you start making the table, before you solve, you need to look at the question. You look at the question, get some information there from there. Table में भरो, उधर से answer निकालो. So these two things, or these three things rather, go hand in hand. Okay, these three things go hand in hand. Please remember, this is something you have to be actively looking at as when the paper is there. Okay. So next. I hope you have downloaded the exercise, the PDF, and I hope you have. I hope you have not only downloaded the PDF and solved it yourself. अगर नहीं किया है, तो भैया बंद कर दो ये वीडियो. Please scan this particular QR code. Go to OpenCat. Out here you'll find the tab of GP का जुगाड़. यहाँ पे जाके please download the latest exercise, the today's session, and please solve it yourself before you go through the video. So if you have not downloaded the exercise and not solved the data set yourself, you should not be proceeding further. Switch off the video. Scan this QR code. Go to OpenCat GP का जुगाड़ tab. Go here. Download the PDF only the PDF. Obviously आज के session का video तो नहीं होगा, but download the PDF and once you download the PDF, please solve it yourself. And once you have solved, please come back and then look at the video. Video solution should not be looked at without solving the data set carefully. तो पहले खुद काम करो, उसके बाद आके वीडियो भी देख लेना. Okay. चलो, let's look at this CAT, which is from CAT 24. Okay. OTT subscribers of a platform are segregated into three categories: kids, elders, and others. Some of the subscribers use one app and others use multiple apps to access the platform. Okay. So There's the OTT subscribers categorized into kids, elders, others. And some of these subscribers use one app and others use multiple apps to access the platform. The figure given below shows the percentage of total number of subscribers in 23 and 24 who belong to kids and elders category. Now, क्या दिया हमको? Percentage of total number of subscribers. What does that mean? In 2023, the number of kids was 15% of the subscribers, and in 2024, this was 20% of the subscribers. The number of percentage of elders in 23 was 20% and 24 was this much. Now, but there are three categories, na? There are three categories. There's a category of others also. Okay. So if kids are 15% in 23 and elders are 20% in 23, then in 2023, what will be others? 100% minus 15 minus 20, 65%. And by the same logic, you could even say for 2024, kids were 20%, elders are 30%, so others will be 50%. Okay, because the summation has to kids plus elders plus others. Okay, kids plus elders plus others obviously has to be 100%. ना तो ये तो है बहुत अच्छा सेट है. Now what is good about the set so far is data बहुत आसान है, easy to understand, and the numbers are very convenient. And what is also interesting is you know exactly what kind of table you have to make. What kind of table you'll have to make? You'll have to find out kids, elders, others. Okay, 23 and 24. That's the kind of table that we probably need to find percentages and the numbers also for both these. And for each of these 23 and 24, we need to find out how many use one app and how many use multiple apps. So ये information है. अब देखते हैं सवाल. Now we will go to the question. I will typically not read this statement. These I'll come to later. I first need to look at भैया question क्या दिया हुआ मुझे, okay? Which will help me decide whether I should be solving, and if yes, how. How many subscribers belong to the others category in 2024? How many subscribers? We don't have the number of subscribers. We have the percentages given out here. In the graph, we have the percentages of the total number of subscribers given. So while this is directly given, that means I should be able to solve it using this information given here. But iske andar ek cheez, I don't know if you have noticed or not, there's but there's something interesting out here. There's a choice called cannot be determined. क्या मतलब हुआ? Cannot be determined का मतलब ये है कि you may not be able to solve it completely. Okay, that's okay. We'll look at it later. Question number 2. What percentage of subscribers in the kids category use multiple apps in 23? Convenient percentages and easy numbers. Approximation is also possible. Question number 3. What was the percentage increase in the number of subscribers in elder category from 23 to 24? क्या मतलब हुआ इसका? It is saying that as far as the elder category is concerned, you should be able to find the number of elders category in 2023 and also in 2024. While this percentage is given, क्योंकि अगर if I don't have the numbers in 23 and 24, I will not be able to find the percentage increase. So what this question is telling me, is that I should be able to find the number of elders in 2023 and in 2024. What does that mean? This का मतलब ये है कि if I can find the number of elders in 23 and 24, then I should be able to find the others also in 23, 24. That means this cannot be the answer. Cannot be determined is ruled out in question 1 because if I know the number of elders in 23 and 24, then I would also know the number of kids in 23, 24. I will also know the number of others in 2023 and 2024. So सब मिल जाएगा मुझे. Otherwise, if this has to be the answer, then answer to question number. If question number 1, the answer has to be cannot be determined. C में भी वही होना था. This is what I mean by identifying. ये हमने identify किया कि भैया से पता चल गया ये नहीं हो सकता. I can now even use the choices to solve question number 1. We'll come to it later. Okay. Last question of the set. What could be the minimum percentage of subscribers who use multiple apps in 2024? So what is also interesting is question number 1 and question number 3. They are talking about number of subscribers. Question number 2 and question number 4. So question number 2 and question number 4. What are they talking about? They are talking about the number of subscribers or percentage of subscribers who use multiple apps. ये multiple apps वाले. So 1 and 3 are talking about the numbers. 2 and 4 are multiple apps. So पहला काम क्या करना है? 1 and 3 निपटाएंगे. First we'll do 1 and 3. numbers का काम कर लेंगे. We'll finish off the task of numbers. Then we'll go to 2 and 4 and take care of the other, multiple apps also. Okay, great. So this is the thing. Now, what would be the conventional way of solving this data set? बहुत simple है. The conventional way would be, please start making the table. Using these statements, fill up the table. Using these statements, fill up the table and solve. But statements को मैं बाद में देखूंगा. I'll go with the questions. Okay. So now let's look at the Jugaad way of solving the question. Okay. And let's start with the table that we have to create in any case. So we have kids. Okay, let me write it. चलो इधर ही लिख लेते हैं. In 2023 and 2024, we have kids, elders, and others. And the data gives us the percentages. What is the percentage of सीधा लगा तो हो जाएगा. This is better. What is the percentage of kids in 2023? As subscribers, 15% and 20% in 24. So this is 15% and this is 20%. Okay. Elders is 20% and 30%, 35%. 20% and 30%. Since the total has to be 100%, that means others in 2023 should be 65%. And in 24, others should be 100 minus 50, 50%. Okay, perfect. So this is what we need. And what is the other thing we'll need? We'll need how many kids are taking, for 23 and 24, we need to find how kids and elders for multiple apps and single apps. Okay, so चलो वो भी देखते हैं साथ साथ. Okay, let's get started. Okay, table बना लेते हैं उसका भी खैर. So we have kids, we have elders. Okay, in 2023. I hope you remember. If you look at the questions, I'll just highlight the important part. How many subscribers belong to others category in 24? So what do we need? We need this number. Okay. In the exam, you will not be able to highlight it. I'm doing it so that you can understand. Exam में क्या होगा? Because exam you don't have the luxury of doing multiple pens. You will be given a pen and the rough sheet. So you need to remember, you need to note down. And what I typically do is I click on the question paper button. वो question सामने आ जाते हैं सारे. Okay. Question number 3. Percentage increase in the number of subscribers in the elder category. So these two are the ones. Question number 2 is talking about kids using multiple apps in 23. Question number 4 is minimum percent subscribers. Okay, minimum percentage of subscribers who use multiple apps in 24. Okay. So what do we need? We need kids and elders for 2023, one app and multiple app, and obviously total. Okay. Same thing we need for 2024 also. Okay. Now यहाँ पे मैंने others का क्यों नहीं बनाया है? Again, I don't know if it is required or not. चलो required होगा देख लेंगे उसके अंदर. In question number 1, we know others की requirement है, which is why I put others out here. So my table is a function of what the question have asked me. So let's get started. Statement 1. The total number of subscribers increased by 10% from 2023 to 24. So if the number of subscribers in 2023 happens to be X, number of subscribers in 2024 should be 1.1X because it has increased by 10%. Now go back to question 1. Question 1 में क्या पूछा है? How many subscribers belong to others category in 24? So if the total of 1.1x subscribers, number of others will be 1.1x by 2. Okay. Others in 2024 should be 1.1x by 2 because it is 50%. Okay. This should be equal to my answer choice. Okay. So what is x going to be? X is going to be 2 in twice the answer choice divided by 1.1. Now what does that mean? 2 is not a multiple of 1.1. Choice should be a multiple of 1.1. Or choice should be a multiple of 11. Kyun? Because otherwise x will not be an integer. After all, the number of subscribers have to be an integer. Na? You cannot have 283.5 people subscribing for something. It will be either 283 or 284. So x, the number of subscribers in 2023 has to be an integer. which means answer choice should be a multiple of 1.1. Look at the choices. 45,000 is not a multiple of 11 or 1.1. ये तो हमने पहले एलिमिनेट कर दिया था. 65,000 is not a multiple of 1.1. 55 is there. Okay. So what does that mean? The number of subscribers for others has to be 55,000. So if this is 55,000, that means the total is going to be 1 lakh. And in 2023, 1 lakh 10,000, sorry. I'll write 110K, 55K, 110K. That means in 2020, the number of people will be 100K. Okay. What was the next question? Question number 3. Question 1 हो गया ना हमारा. So देखो कितना फायदा होता है जुगाड़ का by looking at the choices and the question. By only using statement 1, we have solved 2 questions. So question 1 का हो गया. Question number 3 क्या है? Percentage increase in number of subscribers in the elder category from 23 to 24. Percentage of subscribers in elder category. What will be elder category in 24? 30% of 110K will be 33K. 33,000. And elders in 23 is 20% of 100,000, which is 20K. 20,000. So what is the increase? The increase is 13,000 on a base of 20,000, which is equal to 65%. Correct answer, choice 3. So 2 questions solved. Okay. So 2 questions we have solved correctly. Now we need to look at the others. Okay. Okay. Now we need to worry about the others. I'll just erase this extra work which I had done out here to explain. Now let's look at the other 2 questions. इनमें क्या है? They are talking about multiple apps and single apps. Yeah. Okay. So out here we have also kids and elders. Okay. Okay. Question number 2 says percentage of subscribers in kids category who use multiple apps in 23. So I need the total number of kids in 23 and the number of kids who use multiple apps in 23. Okay. Question number 4, what could be the minimum percentage of subscribers who use multiple apps in 24? So I need the number of subscribers in 24 on the kids and elders category who use multiple apps. What about others? Others को zero देंगे ना. Okay. Unless the data tells me something, I will take others as 0. So let's go further now. Okay. So हमको basically ये चाहिए है multiple apps by kids, elders and others in 24 is what we are looking for. Okay. Chalo. Now look at statement number 2. In 24, half the subscribers in the kid category and 2/3 of the subscribers from the elder category subscribers use one app. 24 की बात कर रहे हैं ना, तो चलो इसको भरते हैं पहले. That means we'll end up doing question number 4 first. What does it say? In 2024, half the subscribers in the kids category. So what is the number of subscribers in 24 in the kids category? In the kids category, it is 22,000. 20% of 110. So this is 22. Elders is 33 and others is 65. Others is 55, sorry. Okay. Now, in 2024 statement 2, half the subscribers from kid category use one app. Half the subscribers from the kid category use one app. That means out of 22, 11K are using one app. That means 11K will use multiple apps. And what did it say? Half the subscribers from kid category and 2/3 of the subscribers from the elder category use one app. 2/3 of the subscribers from the elder category will be 2/3 of 33 is going to be 22. So this is 11. Okay. Now what was question 4? Question 24 was about 2024. What could be the minimum percentage of subscribers who use multiple apps in 24? Okay. So if I have to have minimum percentage of subscribers, I will want this to be 0. But let me go through the other statements. कहीं पे others के बारे में कुछ दिया तो नहीं है. So far, I don't have anything from others at this point of time. Chalo, let's go further. Statement 3. In 23, the number of subscribers from kid category who use multiple apps was the same as the number of subscribers from elder category who use one app. Okay, कोई बात नहीं, लिख लेते हैं. In 23, the number of subscribers from kid category who use one app. If this is X, okay, was the same as the number of subscribers from elder category who use one app. Okay, इसको X तो उधर लिया था ना हमने, so let me take this as Y and this is Y. This is what it says. The number of subscribers from kid category who use multiple apps. Who use multiple apps. Okay. Statement C, who use multiple apps was the same as number of subscribers from elder category who use one app. So he's saying ये दोनों बराबर है. Kids multiple app in 23 is the same as elders multiple single app in 23. चलो ठीक है, आगे चलते हैं. Statement 4. 10K subscribers from kid category use one app and 15K from elder category use multiple apps in 23. 10,000 subscribers from in 23, 10,000 kids use one app. In 23, which is this 2023, 10,000 kids use one app. So this is 10. But what is the total number of kids who are there? So what is the total number of kids who will be who are there in 2023? That is 15,000. 15% of 100K. So if this is 15, this becomes 5. Okay. ये भी 5 हो गया, लेकिन फर्क नहीं पड़ता, मेरे को तो क्वेश्चन 2 करना है. What does question 2 say? What percentage of subscribers from kid category use multiple apps in 23? 5 out of 15. So 5 by 15 is nothing but 1/3 or 33% of the subscribers use multiple apps in 23. In 5, 1/3 of the kid category subscribers use multiple apps in 23. One more question done. Last question. Now कहीं पे हमें others नहीं दिया ना. All 4 statements we have gone through. There's no information about others. When you look at question statement 1, 2, 3, 4, none of the statements are giving me anything about others in 2024. Single app, multiple app. And what does the question say? Minimum percentage. If I want minimum percentage of multiple apps for 2024, then what will I do? I'll assume this is 0. And all the 55K people who are among in the others category will use only a single app. So what is the minimum going to be? 22,000. We want the percentage 22,000 upon 110,000, which is 1/5 or 20%. Okay. So very, very simple data set. Yes, you could have done otherwise also. But एक चीज है, ये data क्यों दिया हुआ था? This data was given so that you could solve the table. But हमने उसके बिना ही ये कर लिया because statement 1 and question 1 के बीच में we were able to solve it completely. So easy set, yes, easy set. But what is important is that we save time by using the choices. Had we not used the choices, we would have probably spent another 4-5 minutes, and which would have meant we may not be able to do one extra set. Okay, so I hope this clears the data set for you completely. Okay. Let me see if there are any questions, any doubts from the students. Okay, I don't see any doubts as such. यानी सब अच्छा समझ आ रहे तो बहुत अच्छी बात है. Anything in the chat part में कुछ नहीं है. चलो ठीक है फिर. So I don't see any doubt. So I think we can proceed further. Okay. So since there are no doubts, I'll stop here. But if you need to connect with me, my phone number is 9811155160, and my email ID is gp@careerlauncher.com. Anything with respect to your preparation, feel free to connect with me. And yes, DILR 1000 की जो बात की थी उसमें ऐसी हरकतें ही करते हैं हम लोग. Okay. And yes, that program is done by Gautam Baba, Ravi Teja, and me. Okay. And yes, I hope you have downloaded the CL app because this is going to become your go-to tool for your preparation. Okay. So I'll stop here. And as I said, any issues, anything you need with respect to your preparation, feel free to connect with me. And I hope you have subscribed to our channel also. Thank you. Goodbye. All the best. We'll meet again next week. Okay. There are some questions. Kshitij, 55 के समझ आ गया? I could not see those questions there. Nidhi, I hope you have been able to download. Okay. Lakshya, you can find the percentage increase. So Lakshya has a question. I'll pick that up. Lakshya, you can find the percentage increase without the numbers, provided the base figure is given. Provided some increment is given. Okay. Bhavesh, every time I do only one set. how much time for this set? This set was not in my paper, but my guess is this would be a 5-6 minute set only. If you do the regular method, you'll probably spend 10-12 minutes, but the way we have done, it was a 5-6 minute set. Okay, let me pick up one by one. Let me just go through the questions out here. Okay. निधि, कहाँ से डाउनलोड करना है? होप आपको पता चल गया है कैसे डाउनलोड करना है. I'll just go back there and share the link with you again, Nidhi. Okay. Yeah, Nidhi, just repeating what I said earlier. Please, क्या कहते हैं? Scan this QR code. You will go to the OpenCAT platform where you will find the tab of GP ka Jugaad. There you go here. There, now in there when you go here, there you will find this DILR data sets. Now each of these are my earlier sessions. The earlier 19 sessions will be visible to you. Each will have a PDF and a video. For today's session, you will have only the PDF. Obviously, it will come right at the bottom. For today's session, you will have only the PDF. Usko download kar lo and solve kar lena. Okay? And for the earlier sessions also, if you want to do them, download the PDF, solve it, and then come back and watch the video. So this is a video and the PDF for the session. So I hope this is fine. Okay. Now let me go back to the other questions which are there. Strangely, मुझको सवाल उसमें नहीं दिख रहे थे YouTube में. Okay, Lakshya, I hope I have answered your question. Okay. Lakshya, without 65% without getting any values, yeah, that will possible because 1.1 का ratio दिया हुआ है ना Lakshya. Lakshya 1.1 दिया हुआ है because first statement gives you 1.1, which is why. Kshitij, I am not clear about your doubt. What do you mean by this 55K? Okay. I'll just go back and share the screen again. Okay. Okay. Yeah. I'm not. Let me just see. Okay, I'll just stop the sharing part. Yeah. Why did you put 0 in 2024? Shubham, if I want the minimum, if I'm looking for the minimum, would I not put the balancing as 0? If I were looking for maximum, I would have said all the others should be using multiple apps. If I'm looking for the minimum, I'll say all the others, none of them will use the multiple apps. So 0 इसलिए डाला क्योंकि हमें minimum चाहिए है. Okay. Okay. Football, यार ये बहुत मुश्किल है कहना. Your percentile could be low primarily because you don't have the knowledge base, or it could be because you are doing the paper incorrectly. If you are not able, the question you need to ask football is, are you able to attempt these sets after the paper? If you are able to attempt after the paper, at least 2 out of 5 or 3 out of 5, then it is possibly not a knowledge issue. Then it is a way you are attempting the paper. But after the paper also, you are not able to attempt the data sets, saying, भैया knowledge का issue है, बैठ के काम करना होगा. Pick up data sets, start solving, get yourself the exposure to the various kind of data sets. Okay? And for that, obviously, your DILR 1000 course could be helpful. Football, the same thing for quant also. कोई अलग नहीं है दोनों के. Okay, कोई अलग नहीं है. Both quant and DILR the same thing. I'll say the same thing. Out of the 22 quant questions after the paper, if you're able to solve at least 12-13 questions, that means your knowledge base is sufficient to get at least a 90 percentile, if not more. But if after the paper also you're able to solve without looking at the solution only 4-5 questions, then obviously it's a case of not having sufficient knowledge, and that is where you need to work. Okay. Anant, Sudoku कितना कर लो यार? One Sudoku, ठीक है, you know the logic of Sudoku, that is fine. But more than Sudoku, I'll say go to the old CAT papers, CAT 17 to 24 essential. Similarly, look at CAT 2000. If you have covered all the CAT 17 to 24 papers of DILR, then you can go to CAT 2000 to 2008 also. These are the ones you should do first. And also, apart from doing sets regularly, you should also revise. So what is essential for you is one, do CAT 17 to 24, all the CDCs and the daily dose. ये तीन पक्का करना है. इसके बाद you have time, you can also look at doing a couple of more things, one of which would be क्या कहते हैं, yes, will be Fleximox and CAT 2008 papers. ये कर लो. Now you don't have so much time कि फंडा बुक उठा के सब पढ़ाई करने लगो, यार उसका टाइम नहीं है, इसलिए उसको मत करो. ठीक है. I think all questions have been answered. And yes, if there are still questions, you can always call me. I've shared my number with you. You can always call me and have your doubts cleared. Okay. So, friends, I'll close the session. That's it from my side. Good night. All the best. And yes, next week we'll meet again.